Recording.
Welcome back, everyone. Gamers Lounge, episode 1. After a few technical difficulties, but we are back.
Yes, we are.
It's not a podcast without, right?
Yep. The way I look at
I
it,
mean-
we always got to have those issues that, kind of like, I guess, working out the kinks, if you will. But yeah, we're definitely getting it situated.
I mean, honestly, if my neighbor would start mowing his grass at 11:30 at night, I wouldn't be surprised. All right, so let's talk about MLG. So this is going to be a little segment we're going to do called the MLG Minute. Basically, I'm going to talk about what happened recently in the MLG scene in a minute or less, and then we'll kind of expand on it. So the three big things we got this week is from the last MLG event where Nadeshot, Clayster, and Drift0r actually were broadcasting the MLG event, different games. I thought this was a great addition. It was really cool to see the their perspective on the game and the insight of what they knew. I mean, literally, you felt like they were actually playing, and you were sitting in the booth with them. So we'll expand kind of on that, and then. This Mboze picture. Did you see this Mboze picture that was circulating around Twitter?
That was actually really funny. It wasn't brought up into my to my attention until I saw your post, and let me tell you, it just had me just in stitches. When I read it and I saw it, I was like, wait. I was like, like I literally buzzed. My girl was like, what was so funny when I showed her the pic? She was like, I'll be damned. Like, it actually looks like something that is possible, like.
Well, the way that I believe the way it started was I saw Optic Nadeshot actually posting a picture of it, and he said he's doing a contest of pick the best caption. And I think that's kind of where it all kind of, and people were responding, and the next people are photoshopping it and putting his head on everything. So anyway, so we'll get into that. And then the MLG roster changes. There was more changes than Obamacare. I mean, it was literally like... It was unbelievable. So that's your MLG Minute. Now let's kind of dive into it, and we'll kind of go a little bit more in depth for Drift0r there, huh?
Yep, in depth.
This is MLG in depth.
Until he rages.
So let's go back to the broadcasting. So did you get to watch some of the Clayster, the Optic? Did you get to see the broadcasting? What did you think?
Well, for me on it, I would have loved to have been able to see it, but this class
you didn't get to see it?
No, I didn't get it. Honestly, my class right now, it's fundamentals of animation, and it's a class to where I don't have any time. Like I read people putting sub tweets and stuff like that, but I really didn't get a chance to watch. I saw like a meme that they made of the three already mentioned regarding.
You gotta go back. You gotta watch it.
Yeah, I'll definitely.
Because for those that don't know, actually, I met Great One at a MLG event because we both live in Orlando. And regionals was actually at Full Sail, which is where he goes to school, and that's actually how we met. And we got to see, that was my first event where I got to meet a lot of the players and kind of get a big feeling of kind of how the MLG scene worked, and it was definitely it was neat. But when you're listening to the broadcasters, you're getting their opinion, and they know a lot about what the players are going to do and things like that. But I really enjoyed watching, especially Clayster. He is so smart. When he's just there's going to be a guy over here, and he needs to aim here, and they need to push B now, or it's not going to happen. That kind of stuff was it was insane, and you don't really experience that. Not saying that the broadcasters are bad, but when you get that professional level, it just
definitely.
It was just a different commentary. You have to go back and watch it because it was insane. It was literally, it was so exciting. I was skipping through and watching the ones that had either Nadeshot or Drift0r or had that. Drift0r was a little. I mean, it was. Obviously, he doesn't play professionally and stuff, but it was neat when he was talking about the game, where he's like, well, this guy definitely should have won because, this gunfire definitely had, a higher range, and with the distance, there was no way that guy could have won. So like that part was cool. But when Optic or Nadeshot and Clayster and stuff, you guys did a great job, by the way. Watching them and what they brought to and they were really good. Like I thought, okay, here's people that really don't do podcasts, don't really do broadcasts. They're usually playing, and but man, they held the tempo and they were good. It was good. You got to go back and watch it for sure.
Well, I'll definitely. Well, since I have next week off, knowing that it's spring break, I'll definitely get around to watching it because I've heard really good things about it. And when you stream, it's one thing because you're mostly just focused on, all right, you're playing the game, you're looking at the little chat in the right corner of the screen, but to be in front of a camera with a mic and like just play is a whole different spectrum. So I definitely, like I said, I was told really good things about it, and I'm definitely going to get around to watching it. But
yeah, you definitely got to watch it. Okay, so the Mboze picture. This thing went viral, man. It was like some of them were so funny. Like I saw one, and it had the caption. It's actually the one that I did, and it said, "If Wings and Blade had a baby." I mean, if you look at that picture, it's like a little Wings Blade,
yeah.
like
complete with smile.
Or maybe here's another one. They put cheese in the crust too,
Yeah.
Because his face, he was so happy. Like I wish they actually he would have posted something that said what he was actually like. Where did that picture come from?
Like, what was he doing?
Nadeshot just kind of threw him under the bus and said, "Here, come up with a crazy." I mean, I saw him on the different statues, and he was on men, women, animals. Like they put his face on everything.
Yeah, the animal one I thought was actually kind of funny because like the moment you showed me that picture, I was like, wait. And I showed the missus, and she was like, "Is that who I think it is?" She's like, "Didn't you just meet him not too long ago?" I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Wow, they really like taking those pictures." I say, "Yeah, because it's a good thing to get that stuff out there, like because you see people's creativity, and what I've noticed from people doing that, if you can Photoshop somebody's face like that, like this one guy, I forgot what player the name was, but he ended up hiring him to be his graphic designer, and look at that, from one simple little picture of you just taking someone's face and just cropping it and dropping it off somewhere else, like he ended up being his graphic designer for his channel. And I was just like, wow, like that's it's just one of those things like out of the blue.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of the way that works. So the MLG roster changes, my god.
Yeah,
Twitter was pretty much just nothing but so and so jumped to this team, oh wait, no, now he jumped to this team, oh wait, now there's two teams, oh wait, now this is gonna happen. Oh, he's quitting. He's not quitting. How do you even keep up with it?
I don't know. For me, the reason why I kept up with it, cause
I mean, I know you're happy because Optic's the same.
See, I don't get it. Don't get it twisted. My allegiance is to Optic, but I do appreciate that newer teams out there. Honestly, every year they're coming out with a newer team, and it's amazing how small teams out there, they're making it, like for instance, SB, them guys, strictly business. They're, they came up from nowhere, and those guys are hungry, and to see them finish in the top 8 and to get their name out there, it's amazing. Like for me, the only way I could keep up with it is through the lucky phone here, but when I saw that this person went somewhere there, and I was gonna make that a topic of discussion, then when I saw that person ended up going somewhere else, and I'm just like, wow, like you guys changed teams more than I changed socks. Like the killer guy, for me, him on Curse, and don't get it twisted, I think he's a phenomenal player. I mean, he really is. He's hungry, but he has one of the worst attitudes. Like, getting paid that much. I understand, and how people say, oh, it's a game. No, for them, it's a way of life. It's funding. That's how they get paid. That's how they make their money. But you have to not be a sore loser. It's just like professional sports players. If they lose a game, they have to have amnesia for that game. They can't remember their stats. They just have to go into the next one. All right, today's a new day, and let's push forward.
But also professional.
Because they have to. I mean, if they don't, if you don't have that mentality, you're just not gonna make it. Like you just have to,
Yeah, exactly.
you have to take the you have to go trade the hits. Go with the blows. I mean, so to speak.
Well, I mean, what do you think about all these teams joining now 2 teams? Now you got what? You got Optic Gaming, you got Optic
Yeah,
Nation,
Optic
you got
Nation.
you got FaZe Red, Black, Green, Yellow, Purple. I mean, Curse is in what? More cities
Yeah,
than
like
Google Maps. I mean, it's
yeah. For me, when I saw that, it's a good thing you brought that up with Curse. I wasn't aware that there were 2 teams until I saw one of the YouTubers that I'm sub to. I don't know if you JD from New York.
not.
He's sponsored by Curse, and when I saw his intro, I was like, huh, like I didn't even know like they had a second team. And then just I don't know, it's just the way if people do their research right, and I'm talking about the professional players, if they see that the teams that they stay with, regardless if it's a winning or losing team, you guys develop that chemistry. You know how each other's work. You know your flaws. You know your pros. You can't switch teams and trying to hit the lotto like, I just won the winning ticket.
That chemistry just doesn't happen like that. I mean, you and that's kind of like when you get on and you play with the same group every night. Like I got a team of 6 that we play pretty much every night, and
Right.
we know exactly what's going to happen. And if we just picked up some new player, we wouldn't be able to connect and everything, like we did. But there is a good thing about this whole 2 teams, every pro team having 2 teams now. There is a good side to it, and I pretty much saw it coming with Ghost, because they were kind of lacking, with the MLG events only being 3 days long. Now they can actually play as long as Clan Wars.
Yeah.
Now they can take it a whole 5 days.
What's funny?
It's gonna be MLG week.
Yeah. When you made that tweet, I was like, you know what? That makes sense. Like that was good when you said, yeah, they can actually have enough teams to hold a clan war, and I was like, you know what? That would make sense if they can get it to mesh right. Because
well, no, I was saying it more sarcastic. Like now, events are going to take too long. They're going to be as long as Clan Wars. I mean, Clan Wars is 5 days long.
The way if they do the whole the thing is with last year, I know they change the rules every year, but with last year when they held the Black Ops 2 championship at my school, Optic. And the reason why I'm using them is because I actually sat down with Hector, and he actually broke it down to me. He was like, honestly, we didn't even know that we were going to make this event, because they kind of changed up the rules as far as, how you have like, your teams based on how many wins you lose, how many points. But with them, in this case, it was how many points that they've acquired, and they just met the deadline to be invited. So when he told me this, I was just like, wow, like you guys had no... not really. He said our notice was so short, we literally packed up our stuff, went to the airport, and they were finishing up our travel plans at the airport.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy, knowing that at any given time you could be invited to an event and you could win it.
Yeah, that's how it can happen.
What's going on? Mr. JameZtown, JameZtown.com. Thank you so much for checking out the show. And if you're interested in being a sponsor, basically your ad would be going right here. And what you do is you come up with something, 15, 30 seconds, kind of tell us about you, your channel, your YouTube, your clan, whatever it is that's gaming related that you would like to share with the broadcast and the viewers. Then this is what you would do. So make a quick little video, 15 to 30 seconds max, no intros or anything like that. If you want to put your links on the video, that's fine. If you want to like make like cool background banners or something, kind of like a Twitch type thing where you can have all your links and stuff, that's really cool too. And just tell us about yourself, and if we pick you, then you might see your ad in a slot and something like this. So let's get back to the show. Thanks so much for watching. Thumbs up this video if you're enjoying it, and I'll catch you guys later.